We all love the 10-stitch blanket pattern from Frankie Brown. And whether you're working on needles or on the loom, you may find it difficult to get the right size or predict the right size, especially if you're making a specific design. Well, with that in mind, the Knitting Fairy is back here at GoodKnit Kisses with a special calculator just for you and the 10-stitch. We're going to work through that with a calculator right now. Welcome to GoodKnit Kisses. We're all about helping you stitch your love and love your stitches. All right, so we're ready to look at our 10-stitch calculator. Be sure and go click down below to get the link for the blog. And we're on the 10-stitch calculator blog. Scroll down to 10-stitch swatch. And yes, there's a different type of swatch used for this. Let's look here. So our swatch is going to need to be cast on and knit all the way up to the end here. Now you can, if you have needles, you can just leave it on the needles and do the measurement. If you're on a loom, you need a provisional bind off, and it talks about that in the blog. But this little guide here will help you figure out how many corners you need to make to get it to this point. So you're going to start at number 1, which is the blue area. The blue area is your straightaway areas that end up getting joined. So we've got number 1, and then we work to 2, which is that corner section in red there. That's that first corner section, and then you make a second corner. And as you know, those are the only 2 places where you've got 2 corners next to each other. Then you come down here to 4, the straightaway, then to 5, another corner, 6, another straight, 7, another corner, and then 8. And that's where it stops for now. And of course, you don't bind off. You're just holding the stitches for now. This is the part that's going to be measured from left to right or up and down. So that will be a square. Up here is where the 10-stitch rectangle is. So the same thing goes, and you're going to end at 8. So you're just going to be measuring the width here and the length in this direction here. Then you scroll down here and find your calculator, and you can pin it. Here's a little pinnable if you want to pin that up. Here is the square one that comes first, and you're just going to put in your swatch width, and then we're going to put in our desired size. So let's go to making the width measurement first. So I have a measurement here of 9.5. I'm going to measure both. It's 9.5 on this one. I had already measured it when it wasn't on top of something else. So this is 9.5. But what happens if I just kind of got ambitious and I went too far, but it's not quite at the size that I need? I want to know how many more rounds I have to make. So I can go ahead and measure in this square section here. It's actually, here's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it ends right here. And you can tell because this is the square, obviously. But on the rectangle, it's a little harder to see. I would just measure across here, and I've got 6.5, and measure across here, and I've got 6.5. So this is a 6.5 inch square. Let's see what this blanket would be if I want to make it into, say, a 42 inch. So my swatch width is right here, and I'm going to type in 6.5. All right, so I've got 6.5 right here, and then the desired size I want is 42. And then I punch that in, and it says that I need 8 rounds. Well, that's great. Okay, so that's a nice even number. Let's see if it actually is 42. I want to see what the real width is supposed to be based upon my numbers. So let's go down here. I'm going to put in 8 rounds. It tells me to do 8, and let's see what it spits out to be. Oh, it's 41.17. That's pretty close to 42, and I know that I like that. But let's say I wanted to do 9 rounds. What would that be? Maybe it works out for my color patterning that I want to do. Okay, so 9 rounds is 45.5. That gets me over my 42, and it's under 4 feet, which is what my friend wanted for her baby blanket. So that's a good one. So let's scroll down and do the rectangle. All right, so we've got the rectangular one, and I've already used my numbers. I've got my numbers set aside that I had measured on this gray one here. And the gray one, I got that it was 9 inches on my width and 11 inches, 11 inches on the height of my swatch. and then I come down here, and it's option 1, how big do you want your blanket to be? It's the same as above, and then you enter in your finished blanket size and how many rounds you'll need to knit on that size. That's exactly what it did before. So we're going to put this in desired width. Ooh, what size do we want to make this? I want to make this width, let's say a 72-inch width blanket. It's going to be a nice size. Let's see. How many rounds? Okay, so I need 11 rounds. And in this case, I'm curious, what does 12 make it? You know, maybe I'm really trying to go for a certain color patterning. So let's see, go to number of rounds. And I'm going to put in, what does 12 do? Oh, it makes it a 79.5. That is a pretty good size. So I like that. What is the length going to be? Oh, 83. Well, maybe 83 is too long on the finished length, and I want to change that. So what's it going to be when I go back down to the 11? So 11, it says it's 77. Maybe I'm trying to go for another number. I could even go and see, oh, well, what is it with 10? And it will change it again. Look, it makes my finished length 71. Maybe I didn't want the final length to be over 72 inches. So this is a really great way to just change it up and understand how you can make it fit the size that you need. I'm sure you are ready to run out and get yarn for your next 10-stitch project. Be sure and click on the tutorial videos here that are recommended for needle and for loom. And we have another loom video coming out in 1 week. So if you're watching after that, it'll be out right now. So click there and you'll see the recommended videos. And as always, we hope you stitch some love and love your stitches. Have a great day and happy knit and crochet. Bye-bye.